Photoshop has come with actually more brushes than automatically show up in your brush presets panel. To load more of these brushes, go to the top right drop down of your brush preset panel, and you can choose one of any of these down here, starting with assorted brushes, basic brushes, calligraphic brushes. I don't even know what the DP brushes are, but you could try a couple of them out. For example, if we choose, let's go with calligraphic brushes. When you click on it, it will ask you a question. Do you want to replace the current brushes with the calligraphic brushes? If you replace, all of these that are here already will disappear and you would have to reload them. Or you could choose append and it will add them down to the bottom of your existing brushes in your panel, and you continually can load more brushes this way. You could also go to Load Brushes and choose a file which you have downloaded. And I've got just one here to show you. I tend to keep a folder on my computer called Photoshop Resources, and that's where I will save brushes that I have downloaded from somewhere. All of the brush files are a .abr, and if you double click it, it will automatically just load it at the bottom. So now I've got all sorts of many brushes in here. Remember, at any time you can go into your preset manager and manage exactly how many brushes are in there. And I would suggest not getting a whole terribly much more than this loaded at any one time because it will slow your machine down. To download a brush is pretty easy, and I've listed on our site a whole bunch of places that you can go for free brushes. I'm going to choose one that I use quite frequently, which is DeviantArt, and you could click on any of these that you want to download the pack for and choose the little download arrow, and it'll ask where you want to download it to. And once you've hit save and go to that location, it might be a zipped file or it might just be the ABR. You could simply double click on one of these files from out here in your Windows browser, and it will again load it to the bottom of your brushes. You can tell how high quality these brushes you get from the internet are by how large that pixel number is. This 384 is actually a pretty darn large brush, and ones with higher numbers are the ones you want to have on hand if you're creating something that you're going to print and you're working in 300 pixels per inch, because at 300 pixels this brush is still over an inch big, which is a good size. To save off a set of brushes, which I tend to do quite frequently, you can go to, again, your brush preset manager that is accessed up here in the little drop down from your preset panel, preset manager, and you can choose specific brushes to save into a set. So if I clicked on this one and held down Command, I could click on any number of other ones to add them to that selection, or click on it again while holding Command to take it away from that selection. I could also just click on one, hold Shift, and click to hold down another. Once I have brushes selected, I can say Save Set, choose a location, and give it a name, and that will actually create one of these .abr files that you can share, sell, move from computer to computer, and do all sorts of things with. I think that's pretty much it for downloading and saving off files. The way to return to the files or the brushes that Photoshop came with automatically or by default, you can go to Reset Brushes in that little drop down, and it will again ask you, do you want to replace the current brushes? In this case, we'll just say OK, and all of those that we've loaded have now gone away, and it's just the regular default brushes. So if you get to using brushes quite a bit, you'll find that there's maybe 5 or 6 that you use more than any of the rest in the set. What I would recommend doing is going to your preset manager and moving those particular brushes up to the very top of the set, and maybe even getting rid of any that you find that you're absolutely not using, and then save off your most frequently used ones as a brush set that's maybe called, for example, Rachel's Favorites, or Rachel's Favorite Drawing, or list a specific use form brush set. And that's it. It's quite fun. I hope you can enjoy trying some of this out, making some brush sets, and also finding other people's brush sets and looking at the settings in the brush panel to see how they created those awesome effects.